Hey guys, ever wondered why companies are actually using two databases? One is for transaction, another one is for analytical work. For both the works, company use two different databases. The first one is called OLTP, another one is called OLAP. OLTP means online transaction processing, and here it is online analytical processing. Transaction and analytical, these two different terms. Now let's break it down. In OLTP, let's take a scenario where you are sending the money to your friend's account. Okay, so in that scenario, instantly from your account the amount has to be debited, and in your friend's account it has to be credited instantly and accurately. So there is a chance of CRUD operations, created update delete operations, which is a very fast operation you have to do, and also the accuracy you have to maintain, correct? And in terms of like I would say the OLAP databases, let's take a scenario where, for example, your manager is asking that tell me the last months, I guess, all the revenue reports, and show me in which city we have the highest revenue. In that scenario, you have to analyze your pre-existing data, historical data you have to analyze. So here complex SQL queries you have to write, you have to analyze the data, and then you have to come up with the result, correct? That's why it is called online analytical processing, which is OLAP. Now let's take a scenario. So typically, if I say typically, not every time, typically OLTP databases are being used by the backend developers because they have to do the transactions. Once the system got triggered for the debit or credit, they have to do the CRUD APIs they have to call, and they have to read and write or delete CRUD operations. Basically, they have to do in the databases. Whereas in the OLAP databases, these are being used by the data engineers, data analysts, or machine learning engineers, sort of like that, because they have to analyze the data, they have to work with the data. That's why the OLAP. Okay, so let me give you some examples also. In OLTP, like for example, these are the row databases, because each and every transaction, each and every record of operation you have to enter as a row. That's why row databases, for example, MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQL Server, blah blah blah. These are the things that there. Traditional RDBMS, I would say. And for OLAPs, like for example, like it is Snowflake, Google BigQuery, Amazon Redshift. These are the databases you have to work with. So you have to write complex queries, you have to understand the business logic, and then you have to implement using SQL. You have to write the query and then get the data and show it to your boss. So it is basically for reporting, analytic, I would say machine learning, deep learning. This is for these kind of purposes OLAP is being used. So this is all about OLAP and OLTP. I hope it will help you for your interview. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.